Well, speaking of $1 billion, that's a good segue, Mitch. Our added topic, Superman box office has been revised. So a couple weeks ago, we were looking at 150 to $200 million.
Not bad.
And
not bad.
right now, the latest numbers came in from Deadline. We are looking at 90 to 145.
That's kind of crazy.
That is a drop.
Mm.
Man.
I mean, I guess when you've got people too scared to go outside because goose steppers in your streets, I don't blame them. But yeah,
no, let's be politically correct, Mitch. Here, they are the Taco Gestapo.
Taco Gestapo. The guacamole in the taco.
I'm looking right now. So Man of Steel opened with 116 million. And it made 670 million worldwide. Okay, that's not too bad.
Well, yeah, it's
we know it didn't make a thing because of Deadline.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's you could say you could say that that it's possibly to that where not enough people feel safe to go out and about during the summer. It's like for me, I'm just glad that if it makes upwards north of 100, that it's good. It's a good sign that people want to see this type of hero, this type of Superman, no matter how much the vacuum states that we're gonna spoil everything and ruin it because we want our version of Superman because it is the best version, which it isn't.
No,
let's just be honest.
I think like the way I look at this scenario, if it opens with as little as 95 up to 110, that's iffy territory. 110 to 125, all right. 125 and above, that's a win. I think that's how you got to look at it because, again, per what was stated, and this was more or less confirmed by every trade, they need to make 700 million to break even. And James Gunn just said in another interview that he just did, as these numbers dropped, he dropped the quote of, box office isn't important to me. It's about the fans, so there's already
it's just the reaction to it as opposed to the box office.
Right. And what else has happened is that, again, I mentioned in the last topic when we talked about it in the podcast, Jurassic World is tracking pretty good. And again, dinosaurs always sell. It's children. It's never not going to sell. So I think that there's a bunch of factors that they're looking at. And I think realistically, that $1 billion that's always been there, I honestly never saw what people were looking at unless I was missing something. But this film would have to be like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and have no competition to do $1 billion. That's what I feel.
The whole thing with $1 billion now is just that billion's the benchmark for a win. If a movie doesn't make $1 billion, then it's a failure.
Yeah.
People have. How do I put it? Because we get such a look behind the curtain now, people think they know how everything works when they don't. It's the whole Dunning-Kruger effect, right? You got no experience, but you think you know how everything works. And $1 billion's the baseline for a successful thing now.
It's like, because Marvel made $1 billion, the calm, was the common. And looking at Superman, we know they need like 701 million to break even on the box office, right? The moment they pass 700,
is it that much for break even? I could have sworn it was.
So
there was something more to it.
The budget was confirmed to be 250, like the budget for just making the film, and then the marketing, and then the theatrical cut. But the thing people always forget, the important thing about comic book films is merchandise helps offset losses.
So like if they have a bunch of kids just buying up Superman merch for the first time in years, then they're more than willing that it didn't make $1 billion, but look all this money we made off of Superman toys.
And like again, this is commonplace in other properties. People know Ninja Turtles and Transformers haven't had a box office hit in a decade. Guess what ends up on 5 top toy sales every year?
It's all the 30-somethings buying up all the action figures.
It's true. It's literally
even the 30-somethings for Transformers. They don't have the same power they did anymore.
No,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
slowly
where's those
dwindling.
Transformers 1
Yeah.
sequels, huh?
No.
Yeah, they can't buy the multiple 100 plus figures anymore. So
no,
they've
it's
all run out of space in their like 10 by 10 apartments.
yeah.
that's true too. I know a guy, and like he was showing off his collection. I was like, bro, your house is just everything, every wall. He was like, yeah, kind of out.
You know, how can you fit that Ultron figure? I make it fit.
It's
Wasn't that thing like $600?
yeah, dude.
Worth every penny.
There's some people that got that giant, you know, it's the giant collectors, and that's kind of like that helps drive box office. People don't realize that Superman, it can make less and still be profitable. It's going to move units. It's going to move merch. The Superman shirt alone moves enough because it's the S, and people just love that. Anybody named Sean in the United States, if they're a drug dealer, they have a Superman tattoo, and if they're not, they have a Superman shirt. Okay, like that's. I know 3 Sean.
How are you spelling Sean? How are you spelling Sean?
Both ways, but the one you think would be the drug dealer is the one that's most commonly associated with the drug dealings. So let that be whatever you think it is. It's
no, I think this movie's in a very interesting spot. It's I'm going to make a comparison I haven't made in ages. It's the same place at where Bungie is with Destiny right now. Like they thought they were in the revenue part, and there's 3 stages to this. There's trust, retention, and revenue. Like Bungie thought they were in revenue, but they're back to trust. Like DC is currently in the trust part, so don't worry about your revenue and your profits. Just get the trust of people. Then you get you keep those people. Then you worry.
And it's true. It's true. I broke free of Destiny, like 2,000 hours. I quit cold turkey. Haven't gone back. I had like a notification on Steam about, you know, to come back, and I saw that 2,000 hours on Steam. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good.
You know how like you can break down PlayStation by most played hour video games? They added that with like the PS4 or PS5. I can't remember. So I went and finally did that the other day. Destiny 1 is my most played with like 495 hours. I was like, I spent almost 500 hours on Destiny 1. What is this?
Numbers. God,
I know. Dude, one of my friends, I'm like, bro, I don't how you've played this game more than you've done breathing somehow. Like, what is this?
I played 400 hours of Destiny 1 in a weekend.
Just time traveling here.
It's crazy. But no, DC's in that we have to build the trust part of it. Don't worry about anything else. I think even the shareholders kind of know that with them cutting Zaslav's bonuses and pay like not decimate. He's still making like 700 million in bonuses or whatever. But
it's just like we're gonna make your golden parachute smaller, okay?
It's still gold. Don't worry. It's not one of these. It's a tiny.
I'm still mad at the revelation that we could have gotten a reboot at Megas XLR, but because of the sale, he said no, and I'm like, I hate.
We're still gonna pay you multiple millions. It's fine.
It was a good show. I'm so mad at that.
Bro, I can't believe this is the second time somebody's mentioned Magus XLR this week, and how does this happen? Nobody's mentioned it for 20 years. What?
It was a good show.
Like COVID, one person gets it and then it just spreads.
Because they showed how it feels to go to the DMV and what everyone wants to do.
That's true, yeah. Man, what a throwback. There's a bunch of people that are right now, they're listening to this, they weren't even born when that thing was on the air.
Yeah, they're like, what makes this XLR? It goes in, it's a American mecha show, and I was like, why hasn't anyone said anything about this? Well, they tried, and originally it got into the ether as a tax write-off. And then the books come back and, oh no, it actually made money overseas, so we can roll it back. But then Zaslav said, no, we're not doing it.
And now it's like stuck in forever limbo with write-offs. Yeah, that's how it goes. Well, you know what? Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will. And if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.